Coming up, experts give their opinion on solutions to gun violence. And later, students have a new way to make changes on campus.
The Hawkeye women continue to dominate the ratings.
The opening week of spring has upon us.
This is DITV News at 8:30. Good morning and thank you for tuning in live to DITV and KRUI 89.7 FM. I'm Samantha Bielema. Today, the Daily Iowan is releasing a special edition paper detailing gun violence specifically in Iowa, meaning the Iowa legislature continues to loosen gun restrictions in the state. Gun control advocates are figuring out ways to decrease gun violence without legislative intervention. Daily Iowan politics reporter Lauren White was one of the reporters on this edition and is here with us today. Lauren, what have some Iowa City locals been doing to keep Iowans safe from gun violence?
Yeah, there is an overall agreement that firearms need to be locked and stored away, unloaded and separate from any ammunition. This can help save anyone in the household from misfires, and personal safety in the home can come from knowing who owns guns and educating children on safe gun handling. Iowa City schools are using a restorative justice approach to prevent gun violence by giving students the resources they need to convey their feelings with each other and their teachers.
Have there been any changes in gun violence recently with the help of community-based prevention methods?
Well, we can't say for sure if the community's advocacy is behind it, but the Iowa City Police Department saw a decrease in 65% for confirmed shots fired calls in the city between 2020 and 2021 and has seized more than 120 unlawful weapons.
What is some of the reasoning behind the community's advocacy?
Well, some community members have experienced gun violence firsthand or lost a loved one to gun violence. For example, Temple Hyatt, an Iowa City local, lost her nephew to a gun suicide in 2014, and she pursues advocacy through the organization Moms Demand Action. Others, like Ruthina Malone from the Iowa City Community School District, she speaks to kids every day who are fearful of mass shootings and gun violence. Back to you, Samantha.
Thanks, Lauren. And you can find more on this story and others related to gun violence in the Daily Iowan's print special edition on newsstands today. Yesterday, many schools across Iowa received a fake school shooter phone call. The calls are part of the swatting hoax that are designed to use up law enforcement resources. Iowa also announced a new app yesterday that allows both parents and students to report anonymous tips related to school safety. The app is called Safe and Sound. Iowa allows reports on violence in schools, self-harm, and other threatening behavior. The app is monitored 24/7 by dispatchers who send the reports to appropriate administration, staff, and law enforcement. The program is hopeful that this two-way monitoring system will weed out false reports. Users can also provide information from social media in their reports, including usernames, links, screenshots, and if the threat was posted online. The app is available on the App Store and Google Play. The undergraduate student government has revamped an initiative for Hawk Ideas for students to make changes on campus. The online tool provides a platform for students to submit their thoughts on how to improve the university. Students are also able to vote on each other's ideas. If an idea gets 50 upvotes, the student who posted it will get a response directly from the student government. If an idea gets 1,000 upvotes, the author will have the opportunity to make it become a formal petition that can be voted on by the student body. Ideas can cover all aspects of campus life, from housing and dining to safety and transportation. The goal of this initiative is to boost engagement between the student body and the student government and give students a safe place to share feedback they have for campus. Security is high, and many are talking about the former President Donald Trump after he made claims that he would be arrested. Now, no arrest has been made yet, but DITV News Director Ashley Will has more on what's going on.
Most to me is like Former President Donald Trump claimed he would be arrested. There has yet to be any actions taken. However, law enforcement is ready for potential protests as Trump supporters made their way to Mar-a-Lago despite calls not to protest.
I would discourage Americans from engaging in protests if, in fact, the former president is indicted.
In regard to the situation, politicians have been sharing their own perspectives.
I look at it from this perspective. We live in America and it should be equal justice. This was personal money. This wasn't trying to hide. This was 7 years ago, statute of limitation. And I think in your heart of hearts, you know, too, that you think this is just political.
Michael Cohen, Trump's former attorney, has been at the forefront of the investigation and has made multiple public comments as well.
This case is not going to be predicated on any one individual, but rather it's going to be predicated on the documents, the evidence, the text messages, the email.
Trump's current lawyer is now saying that there will not be any decisions made on the indictment till later this week or next week, as there is another witness to hear from regarding the hush payment investigation. This is Ashley Wheel for DITV.
Sorry about that technical glitch. And with yesterday being a beautiful spring day, Johnny Valtman is outside and will tell us if the rest of the week will be spring-like.
Good morning, Samantha. And who doesn't like a good tease? Yesterday we got a great burst of sun, but today it will be a lot damper. Today's high will be 52 and we'll have a coin flip chance of rain, and I will call heads, and hopefully that rain does stay away. The chances for showers will continue tonight and the low will dip down to 34. Tomorrow the clouds will stay, the rain will go away, and the high will reach 44. Looking at the week ahead, it's going to be atypical of spring. We will see a consistent high in the low 50s and mid 40s. We will also reach into the lows of 30s and the mid 20s. We do have a chance for rain and snow throughout Thursday into the weekend and until Monday. And then finally, we will get to see the sun on Friday. That's all I've got. But for today, make sure to bring some umbrellas and ponchos as I send it back to you, Samantha.
Thanks, Johnny. And Iowa City partnered with Iowa City Community School District and Kirkwood Community College students to help rehabilitate a home during the course of the winter of 2022. The home is currently being sold as part of the city's South District program, which aims to increase affordable housing. Daily Iowan reporter Jack Moore talked with city officials related to the program and is now live in the newsroom with more. Jack, how was this renovation conducted?
Yeah, well, what's interesting about this story is that the house the students actually helped rehabilitate had fire damage prior to the city purchasing the property. It needed to be fully refurbished. Kirkwood's course entitled the Home Improvement Confidence Course for Women worked on flooring, carpentry work, and the ICCSD students helped side the property and build, as well as building a storage shed.
How did the Kirkwood course conduct some of the interior renovations?
Yeah, so I talked with the program developer for Kirkwood, Zach Johnson, and he informed me that the course was for women and people who haven't had the opportunities to learn home construction and renovation skills. The course provided an opportunity to learn these skills while building community aspects. The students help with things such as replacing flooring, installing doors, and tiling.
And how are these renovations intended to increase affordable housing?
Yeah, so if a home buyer is eligible, the property sold under the South District program will have certain costs forgiven after 10 years of living in the property. Overall, the city wants to increase home ownership opportunities for individuals in these areas and is working with the community to make that a reality. Back to you, Samantha.
Thanks, Jack. And the city of West Des Moines recognized two teenage sisters on Friday for their life-saving efforts. Jasmine and Jacora Morris were in their apartment building when they saw two small children fall through an icy pond a few weeks ago. The girls ran downstairs and dove into the icy water and pulled the boys to safety.
I feel like it's good to be recognized for something that we didn't think would be a big issue, so I think that's good.
I didn't think it would be this big of a deal. I was just gonna let it go.
And first responders said that if the girls had not pulled the boys out of the water, they may not have made it. And counterfeit bills are circling the area, and some Iowa City businesses are no longer accepting large bills. Reports of fake $50 bills are being used in Iowa City rose at the end of 2022. The Iowa City Police Department said they received 7 reports of counterfeit money in the last 6 months. Some businesses are also testing large bills they may receive to make sure they're not fake. Iowa City Police encourages local businesses to not accept any bills larger than $20. And the State Board of Regents is pausing diversity, equity, and inclusion programs at Iowa's 3 public universities that conduct studies on their effectiveness. This decision has left University of Iowa stakeholders, including faculty members, concerned about the future of these initiatives, as the pause on DEI programs may impact students by limiting access to resources and support systems. It is unclear what the program will be paused, and there is no timeline that has been provided for the study's completion. Now let's send it over to DITV Sports Director Michael Merrick with sports.
Thanks, Samantha. The Women's NCAA March Madness tournament has seen a 27% increase in viewership from last year, and the Iowa Hawkeyes are a big reason why. Iowa has been a draw all season long, and nothing changed on Sunday as the Hawkeyes drew in over 1.46 million viewers in their matchup against the Georgia Bulldogs. That's almost equal to the same viewership as an NBA game. Iowa has continued to prove that they are box office all year long, including their record-breaking game against Indiana, which drew in close to 2 million viewers. In another women's basketball news, assistant head coach Jan Jensen has been awarded the 2023 D1 Assistant Coach of the Year award. Jensen has coached at Iowa for 23 years now, 19 of those as an associate coach. And under Jensen's tutelage, Hawkeye Post players have received numerous honors, including the Big Ten's first ever National Player of the Year, Megan Gustafson. And with the dominance of Caitlin Clark this season, Gustafson should expect another Hawkeye in the Player of the Year family. While football season is far away, the NFL draft is close for some Hawkeyes. On Monday, the University of Iowa held an NFL Pro Day where 66 NFL personnel were in the building and all 32 organizations were being represented. Former players like Jack Campbell are excited to show their true personalities on an NFL team.
I'd say the best thing that I've learned just throughout this process is just be you, be yourself. I'm talking to a head coach, a GM, and an owner. I'm treating them the same way as I treat our janitor here, Doug. I'm treating them all of them the same.
Projected first-round pick Lucas Van Ness and Jack Campbell headlined a group of 9 Hawkeyes participating in the Pro Day. Other Hawks, such as Sam Laporta, have rising draft stocks after 4 terrific years of Iowa football. And while safety and projected 4th-round pick Kayvon Merriweather has also continued to impress and will look to have an impact on whatever team he lands on. The NFL draft will be held on April 27th in Kansas City, and all Iowa fans will be awaiting to hear their beloved Hawkeyes' names get called on the biggest stage. And the Iowa baseball team is back on the diamond this afternoon as they welcome the Grandview Vikings. Hawkeyes are 15-3 on the season so far and are on a 5-game win streak, which includes going undefeated at home so far during their non-conference schedule. Grandview enters the matchup with a 13-3 record after splitting a 2-game series with Peru State College, both games being very high scoring. The Hawks will close out the remainder of their non-conference schedule at Illinois State on March 28th before starting conference play against Maryland on March 31st. You can catch this afternoon's game on Big Ten Plus at 4:05 p.m. And the Iowa softball team is also gearing up for the start of their conference play towards the end of the month, as the Iowa Hawkeyes are 18-11 overall on the season, coming off of a tough loss against the 9th-ranked Texas Longhorns in their last outing. That game concluded the USF tournament down in Tampa, where the Hawkeyes went 2-2. The Hawks have certainly been up and down as of late, but they do look to get back on track as they travel to State College, Pennsylvania to open up Big Ten play against the Penn State Nittany Lions, and it will be a 3-game series beginning on Friday. Come back Friday for all the latest on everything Hawkeye sports. Now let's go back to Johnny for some more weather.
Thank you, Michael. And the transition between winter and spring is a very slow one. So I'd advise, please keep out your winter stuff. I'm learning this firsthand. I am freezing out right now. So winter coats, I'd keep them out. Jeans, sweatpants, long sleeve shirts. And I'll send it back to Samantha.
Thanks, Johnny, and thank you for tuning in to DITV News and KRUI 89.7 FM. And be sure to head over to thedailyiowan.com for all your latest news between Monday and Friday, and check out more of our content on thedailyiowan.com/DITV. For DITV News, I'm Samantha Bielema. Have a great day.